So obviously the most disappointing aspect of sort of the four of us going for this 5-minute mile is my own performance, and to be quite frank, that's the way I'd rather it be. But to kind of put into perspective why I fell so far off the 5-minute mark, and I've obviously given it a lot of thought, I knew that I had to come in and get faster. With the current ability that I had before, I never ever had the pace to run a sub-fit 5-minute mile. So I was banking on improving some speed and then finding that endurance again somehow, even if not through all the specific endurance training I did before. I honestly thought I would get it back a lot quicker, just naturally, from having been there before. But as we know with endurance is fitness. It's work done, it's running done. It's not, speed is a skill. When you make speed improvements, that generally sticks with you and it's easy to recall it with a little bit of work. But endurance is fitness, and I haven't run much sort of competitively, or at least trained like this, for 3 years, and I think I kind of forgot how difficult it would be for me to get that back. I just thought like I'd always just pick things up and it always came quite naturally back, and my body is always used to that. So in my mind I was like, oh well, I'll get it back. But I really struggled to get that endurance back, and the mile is 70% an endurance race and 30% a anaerobic or speed-based effort. So losing so much on that aerobic component, I really, in hindsight, I never stood a chance at this thing. And quite frankly, I missed a PB by quite a distance as well. I mean, it's quite embarrassing in a sense, but what did I expect? Being out for so long, and when I did come back in, I certainly didn't focus on the aerobic side too much. I just tried to get the speed and hope that everything else would just come back as it is, because obviously I was worried about risking injury and doing heavy miles and all the speed work, and I would have got injured doing that. So I think what I need to take out of this is that I made it to the event. I'm healthy, I wasn't injured, and yes, my fitness was quite shocking, to be honest, when I got there. But I'm definitely better off for doing this. I have gotten faster in terms of everything from sort of 500 meters and below. Sort of your half K efforts are much faster than what I used to do before. My ability to sustain them is nowhere, for lack of a better word, but that'll come with fitness. The more I run and the more mileage I put in. I was doing maximum 40 Ks a week, and that I increased it from 30 Ks a week for the first 6 weeks, and then I went up to 40 Ks a week and saw a dramatic improvement from that, but still nowhere near from what I needed. It annoys me that I was so far off the target. So I want to go back and try and get closer and see what I can do, So I'm going to go back on my own and do some training and really pick up my mileage. As we make this video, I'm already at 60 Ks a week. I've started building myself up. And I'm going to build that up to a point where I'm feeling aerobically strong again. And then I'm going to dive into a couple of track events. If all is going well and things go our way, I think we might all want to give this another shot. So I'm not completely done with this. I don't think that sub 5 is necessarily in my grasp within the next few months. But I want to at least get closer, get a PB and do myself some more justice. But you haven't seen the last of me. I'm on my own, sort of slaying my own demons and that sort of thing. But yeah, I take a lot of positives out of the challenge. I've learned a lot from my body. I've learned that after 3 years of Harry casually doing a couple of jogs, you can't just jump back into it and start smashing PBs that you were doing when you were running 60, 70 Ks a week. So yeah, I've learned a lot, and I'm looking forward to going forward, putting a few miles in and seeing if I can get my PBs.